Sorry, the cat wanted to be on my lap, but also wasn't sure. So, she changed her mind on the last second. Oh my gosh, guys, I forgot to grab my phone. The cat distracted me with all her cuddles that she wanted. So I forgot to grab my phone. So I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry about that. I realized only after I hit play that my phone wasn't here with me. That's alright though. We are gonna work on our glow-in-the-dark painting today. Our glow-in-the-dark painting. I'm gonna add some yellow. And some more green. And definitely highest whites. Hey, Tara. Hi, dear. How are you? I'm excited to see you. We're gonna be in the ASMR section today. Cause I'm feeling very at peace, if that makes sense. I'm feeling very much at peace today. So, I kind of want to take that to the stream today. And that already, as I say that feels really good to me, so. Aw, Rob, of course we can burn incense for you, dear. You're gonna set up your Zen space tonight, Tara? Ooh, you'll have to show me. You'll have to show me your Zen space. I would very much like to see it. Does it have, maybe it feels similar? Got lots of crystals, lots of candles, lots of rose quartz. Ooh, we'll turn down our, notifications. Schoolie, thank you so much, hon. Thank you so much. I appreciate that subscription, dear. Thank you. It's been 7 months. Ooh, wow, that's crazy, Cooley. That's crazy. Months. I can't believe it. What even is time? But Rob needs some, Rob, you have a gift. Rob, you have a gift in the mail coming to you. I just sent it today. So you have a gift in the mail. I hope it brings you lots of peace, because that was the intention that I put into everything when I sent it to you and when I picked it out for you. So you have, I don't want to tell you everything that you got, but I did send you some incense. So it's not a lot of things. It's not a lot. You know, it didn't cost me an arm and a leg. It was just maybe a couple dollars, but I did feel like, you know, you give a lot of your time here, and a lot of your energy here, and I feel support from you. So I want to give back. So hey, now Angelica, thank you so much for your follow, hon. Welcome to the treehouse. I appreciate you being here. I figured you would like that, Rob. But we'll definitely light some incense for you. So I'm feeling, like I said, I'm feeling very much at peace today. So you guys can take some of that with you for today. And we'll also light our incense for that too for you. Is for tranquility and calm. So yeah, it took a minute. You know, I've been doing a lot of work, right? I've been doing a lot of emotional work and self-help work currently, so that is a little bit draining. But today I don't know, I feel calm, like more peaceful than I did before. So exactly, Angelica. Yeah. Feeling very well. Yes. So we're gonna continue to work on our seascape. This is glow in the dark, which is why we have our blue light, because we're painting a glow in the dark painting. If you are also a Patreon, so Patreons, I mailed out your prints, and I also mailed out the giveaway item. So those have also been sent. So everything that was kind of waiting to be mailed was mailed today. So such a small canvas. Yeah, this is 5 by 7. Should I zoom in for you guys? Do you want me to zoom in? You guys can see a little bit closer maybe, since it's such a small canvas. Hi, Fluid. How are you, hon? Welcome in, welcome in. I've been working on lots of emotes for other streamers, and I kind of want to update our emotes again. I feel like all these other streamers are gonna have like top-notch emotes, and my emotes are gonna be like the same. Emotes. Yeah. Are you a Leo, Angelica? Oh. I like Leos. I don't think there's I can appreciate lots of things about different zodiacs, but I do like Leos. But I'm also a really self-assured, fairly self-assured, or I'm working on that, self-assured Scorpio. So like, I'm not really intimidated by most people. Maybe other people might be. So I think I do well with that. Yeah, I was making that. It doesn't take me long. So if you've looked at my price list, Dat Light, hi sweetie, welcome in. I'm glad to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Like I said, if you've seen my prices for my emotes, they're really cheap. But they're really cheap. They're really cheap, guys, because it really doesn't take me that long to do them. So that's why. Hi. You thought you followed already? It's alright. It's fine. Who knows what Twitch really is doing in the background, right? Where is Key? Lou is currently laying on the ground. She's taking a nap on our mandala rug, so she's laying on the floor. True, yeah, nobody really knows what's going on. I wouldn't be worried though. I wouldn't be worried. Because that happens to me too. There's lots of people in the tarot category that I follow. And every now and then I'll notice that I haven't seen a post from somebody. And then I'll really get a little bit confused because I wouldn't have seen a post from them in a while. And I'm like, what is going on with this? So I do want to put in some more neon green before, like our glow-in-the-dark green, before we put in more white. That's kind of something I want to work on at the moment. Because I do feel like I want to put some more glow-in-the-dark green. You can see it a tiny bit. But I do want to dance some of that green through the background. I do want to put that in the background. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put a little bit of this glow-in-the-dark green down. And we'll go from there. Aww, Angelica, that's so sweet. Thank you. You totally can. I always tell people, if you're not sleepy, you can just watch my stream in the background. And hopefully you're doing your creative passion while you're watching. You can absorb some of the creativity that I'm throwing out there for you. So you totally can. I also I teach classes on how to intuitively paint now as well. Those are currently once a month, but I might grow that more. Ooh, did it fluid? Came in the mail today. Ooh, nice. What the? I don't know. Maybe not. I'm excited for you to get your watercolor. It'll be, it's nice to see what everyone comes up with, with having the, I don't know if people originally maybe quite knew what to expect. Good night. Arti Mahas, thank you so much for your good evening. We should be good now. Okay, perfect. I'm not sure what was up with that. That's okay though. You just signed up so late. Yeah, I'm not. I was honestly not expecting. Not that I wasn't expecting the stream to do well, but I wasn't expecting that many people to participate. I don't know, I just felt like there was a lot going on during that time for a lot of people. There's a lot going on for me too, so I was like, if life is kind of hectic for me right now, I can't, I can't imagine how much more hectic it's probably for, some other people. So I really wasn't anticipating it to be, really active. But I was actually really impressed with the with the turnout. So yeah, watercolor is definitely less intense. It's more fluid. It's more fluid. So if you're looking to just play around and let the water do whatever, you know, I definitely suggest watercolor. Yeah, way more playful, yeah. But I did add an extra perk. We're gonna see how it goes. I am going to add a sub-only stream as well, where we paint along, or I paint along with Bob Ross. Hey, bye, Lexter. Welcome to the treehouse, dear. Thank you so much for your follow. Because I thought it would be really fun, except I would be translating Bob Ross's acrylic painting to watercolor. So I'd be at a little bit of a disadvantage because I'd be trying to achieve the same effect but with a different medium, and see how that goes. I thought that would be fun. I was also thinking about making a special playlist. So like believe it or not, a Spotify playlist where we play like 90s music. Like I'll have like a 90s playlist, or like, you know, music that I'm okay listening to kind of thing. During that stream too, where you guys can like, I'll have to figure out exactly how it works. I think I know how it works, but you guys can like play songs specifically from that playlist. You guys can like use your commands to do that. I thought that would be kind of fun too. Hey, not your fan. Welcome in, dear. Hopefully you're doing well today. Hopefully. Yeah, I've been trying to think about more ways that people can kind of be engaged. And I thought that would be honestly be a good way to do it. Oh, your plant babies are sprouting, not your fan? Ooh. Oh, that sounds amazing. I spent some time today reorganizing the house a little bit, like at least the plants in the house, and I cleaned up a bit, and I moved where some of the plants were living, because I felt like they just needed to be in a new space. So I spent lots of time inside today, kind of just moving my plants around, which was very, very nice. It was nice to do that, because I haven't been able to do that, or I have not done that since the springtime or summertime. Basically, once it got cold, I quit. I still took care of my plants, but I didn't, I feel like I didn't take care of them as well as I would normally during the warmer weather, the warmer months, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think they do appreciate it. Yeah, I think they do. I think they're happy to be in a new space. And I gave some of them new pots to live in. Lots of new pots to live in. And some of them I just completely changed. Even the room that they were in. So they're even in a totally different room. So it's not even, they're not even in the same location, really. But one of my plants that grows really well in my home is, have you guys ever heard of a wandering Jew? You guys ever heard of a wandering Jew? That's the name of the plant. It's a wandering Jew. It's like purple. It's got like purple and green leaves. It kind of looks like it kind of has a vine kind of feel to it. They grow really fast and really easily. Like they're really good. They're really easy plants to take care of. But I got one sprout of a wandering Jew, and he was probably, I don't know, like maybe this big when I first got him. He wasn't very big. And now I have like a giant one. And he's huge. And then I have, so from that sprout, I got a giant one. And probably six other sprouts that are about this big. So from one little sprout, I have probably like 10 wandering Jews, and one of them is like massive. So I have lots of plants. I was very surprised by how quickly he was growing. He grew very, very fast. Very, very fast. I probably have 10 of them in my house. Just of that one plant. I don't know if I could count how many plants I don't know if I can count how many plants I have in my house. I don't know that I could count how many I have. That's why if you do a donation, if you do like an alert donation, the Streamlabs will tell you, the joke is that Streamlabs will tell you that the money is going towards houseplants. Because I have a ton of houseplants. So that's kind of a joke, but also very serious at the same time. I'm trying to open our paint so I can add some yellow, but I don't see a line in it for me to break. Yeah, I have two palm trees. So the plant that I have the hardest time growing, is actually the palm trees. The palm trees, like the palm plants, the really nice indoor house plants that are the palms, the giant ones. I can never seem to make those plants happy. Like I've watered every day before because people have told me it's a tropical plant, so it needs lots of water. Other people have said water it every other day, so I've tried watering them every other day. I've tried watering them every 3 days. I've tried watering them once a week. I've tried watering them less than that. I don't know. Palms are very hard for me for some reason. It's very much a struggle. We only have sunflowers and tomatoes. Yeah, I have lots of plants I don't even know what they are. Aw, Fluid, thank you so much for that donation. Did it give you the joke? I don't think it did. I don't think it popped up. Oh, it used to say, maybe it's every now and then, it used to say, don't let me fool you, this is gonna be used for plants. I don't know why it didn't pop up that time. Thank you so much, Fluid. Thank you so much. Thank you. You also don't remember seeing your sub alert? Weird. Okay, maybe we should, let's turn off Streamlabs for a second and then turn it back on. Maybe he needs a break. Hey, Andrea. Hi, dear. How are you? I sent you a very lovely message today, if you got it. I sent you a very lovely message. I'm turning off CloudBot just for a second. And we'll turn CloudBot back on. And we'll see what he likes. We'll see if he likes it. Testing 1, 2, 3. I can replay it. There you go. Now it works. See, it says, "Don't let me fool you. This donation will be used for houseplants." Yeah. There you go. I think CloudBot just needed to be reset. Thank you so much. Freedom! Yes, exactly. You did. Yeah. It's very nice. It's very nice. I went to go mail out Andrea. I meant to go mail out all of my stuff that needed to go out in the mail. And it was fun because I wasn't expecting it. You know, I wasn't expecting it. And you know, when I get things in my PO box, my mail carriers don't tell me. They don't tell me. So I won't go to the post office until I have stuff to mail. And because I don't get notification. So sometimes your stuff will sit there for a while. And I won't even know. So if you wonder why I haven't said anything, chances are I probably haven't gone to go get it yet. It was hard for you to not spill the beans. Aww. It was very sweet. I teared up a little bit because, and I found it very fitting for you to send that, Andrea. I found it very fitting for you to send what you had sent me, because that's what I've been working on for like probably a month, but really working on for like the last 2 weeks, which is why my energy was a bit all over the place the last little bit, because I had been working on that, so I found that very fitting. I was like, this is so beautiful and perfect. So it made me feel good, and I appreciate that very much. You're the same way. Yeah, I don't go to the post office unless it's time. Not that I don't like the post office people, it's just I have other things to do. And the post office, you know, getting all the mail ready and everything, it does take time. And sometimes that's just not stuff I really want to work on. Or I don't have the energy to put time into. I'm sure you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. I do think, though, I don't know, we're gonna keep seeing how things go. We're gonna keep seeing how things go. I don't like to assume. And I certainly, I don't know, I guess I'm trying to live day by day, day by day. And not be so judgmental of like what my day looks like, you know, which takes time sometimes. It just takes some patience. I'm kind of putting in some yellow now. Just kind of squiggling in some, I guess, squiggly coral. You guys ever seen the coral that kind of looks like a seaweed-like type plant? That's kind of what I'm just playing around and doing at the moment. Because you never know what shapes are gonna show up, so I'm kind of just playing around. But I thought the glow in the dark would be fun today. Because it's interesting to see how it's gonna turn out. It's definitely interesting to see how it's going to turn out. But I also did some, I took time today as well to give myself some social time. Because I've been working. Guys, I'm sure you know this. Right? But I've been working really gung-ho hard for quite a long time. And I decided that it was important for me to make some social time into my day. So I spent probably like an hour and a half today, strictly just talking to my family on the phone. Because I had not done that for a very long time, and it felt like something that was very important, you know. So I took time to do that. Which honestly made me feel much better. Not that I wasn't really feeling, you know, down or anything like that, but it definitely made me feel better. So that's becoming kind of a new daily practice, I guess you could call it that if you wanted. Is making time for those things that I used to say I didn't have time for, you know? Like we get used to kind of saying, well, I'm too busy to do, you know, certain things. And I was finding that even though I have kind of become, you know, my own boss, like I was kind of still finding out that I was still using that statement. I'm sure some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like I found myself still telling myself that I was too busy. I didn't have time to do those kind of things. You know, I'm my own boss, so yeah. You're painting, but you 100% get what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. I got to the point basically where, you know, you stop and you ask yourself like, okay, that's not that I'm gonna tell myself that that's not accurate, but at the same time, like, you're in a really great place to be able to have all these new opportunities, but you're still gonna use old excuses and mindsets. You know what I mean? Like that's just weird. How did I ban Streamlabs? Oh well, I don't know how that happened. Because my finger is big. Sorry, Streamlabs. Can I even ban Streamlabs? Hey Andy, how are you, dear? Don't forget to I'll mod Streamlabs again. Did you see that? I'm sure if I unmod Streamlabs. Oh man, I have to go to... That's funny. That is hilarious. Hey Kate, dear, how are you? I have to unban my finger. Pushed the wrong person. I have to unban Streamlabs, which is hilarious. Lots of love, Luna. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of your love, dear. Are you doing good, Kate? I hope so. I hope so. I do hope so. That's alright. This only takes a minute. It only takes a minute. Oh, we have to go to moderation. It's under the moderation tab. Hey, Lady Sparrows. How are you, dear? I saw you working on painting a fish. It looked like a kind of like Goldeen, the Pokemon. I really liked it. I really liked what you were working on. didn't even know I could. That's hilarious. I clicked moderation. Banned chatters. We're gonna go to Streamlabs. We're gonna unban Streamlabs. I'm so sorry, Streamlabs. I actually really love you. It was a jellyfish? Oh, okay. It kind of looked like Goldine, so. You've been super sick. Oh, you poor dear. That's been going around. Illness has definitely been going around, hon. Sending you lots of healing. Lots of healing. What did Streamlabs do this time? It was me. It was totally my fault. I clicked the wrong button. I clicked on the wrong person. Apparently it landed in your state. Yeah. I was talking to Paintbrush about this the other night. Like there's this is what I do. I don't worry about things because every year there's always a new thing to fear. Every year there's a new virus to fear, and I'm happier just not worrying about it. That doesn't mean don't take precautions. That just means I don't feel like I need to worry. You know? Your kiddos? It's okay. It's okay. It did look cool, yeah. It's really nothing to fear unless you're over the age of 50 or are immune compromised. Yeah, basically, yeah. You just worry about spreading it to people who might have a terrible reaction to it, like the elderly. Yeah. Yeah. If I'm sick though, or if I'm gonna be out in public, I just always have precaution, you know. But I've also been the one working in the hospital too, so I think I probably worry about it less because of that. Wash your hands and stay home if you're sick. Yeah, like that's like all the time, right? That's like all the time. And when I was sick, I would also wear the masks. Like the face masks. I'd wear that in the office. And people used to make fun of me because I would wear the masks. And they'd be like, "Are you sick?" I'm like, "Maybe." Maybe, but also I know that there are currently at least 2 people in my room with me that are sick, so that's mostly why I'm wearing the mask, basically. You wish wearing masks in public was more acceptable? Yeah, they kind of assume that you're the one who's ill if you're wearing the mask. Like, people get afraid and they automatically assume that you're ill. And they kind of get, some of them get upset. Like, you're wearing a mask, why did you even come outside? It's like, I'm wearing a mask to protect you and to protect me from potentials. It's not a confirmation of illness. It's a precaution. Precaution. You know? Yeah, lots of rest and lots of fluids. Yeah. I used to say that, Kate, when I was in the office. I'd be like, no, I just don't want you to know how I really feel about being at work today. No, I just want to hide my true emotions and intentions. Yeah. I don't know. I can understand how some people can be really wrapped up in things like that, and don't get me wrong, you shouldn't be ignorant or anything like that, but at the same time, like, you have to find your own balance. Like, there's a healthy amount of fear and taking precaution, and then there's an unhealthy amount, and you have to decide where you lie within that, you know. Hey, Cigar. That's not how the channel works, son. That's not how the channel works. I don't have boundaries. I don't have time. I don't have time. And you damage the vibes. You damage the vibes. I don't have time for that. I'm getting much better about boundaries, whereas I would have maybe not hit the band straight away. I don't have time for that. You missed it, not your fan. It's okay. It's fine. Hey, Delirium. Welcome into the treehouse, dear. How are you? You've been vibe checked? Yeah, I'm finding that I'm not, like, you don't even say hi. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even try and say hi. Like, that kind of automatically gives you away. You're not even trying to say hi. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? Oh, you're well? That's good. I'm glad you're well, dear. I'm doing absolutely beautifully today. I really am. I took, we're kind of doing I don't know if you can tell, I can bring the painting a little bit closer. I'm working on a glow-in-the-dark seascape painting. So I'm putting lots of white down at the moment. And we're kind of going through and putting that down. Con Calvin, thank you so much for your follow, hon. Welcome to the treehouse. Yeah, it's kind of a glow-in-the-dark feel. I'm kind of feeling extremely relaxed today, so I kind of wanted to embrace that today, and kind of pass that along. So we're in the ASMR category today because of that. Plus, I feel like our nighttime streams are always pretty chill, so So that's what we're doing. Been talking about I guess things I've been practicing in my daily life as well. Also things that I've been learning. So it's kind of like a live vlog at the same time, because I'm basically just like talking about what I've learned and what I'm doing. And you were wondering about the same, Delirium? Were you? About having the same feelings for today? Interesting take on ASMR. Yeah, it's not typical ASMR. It's definitely not typical, which might throw some people off, but that's okay. That's okay. The right people will find it and appreciate it, right? Hey, Taco Tuesday. How are you, dear? Are you doing well? I'm gonna go shut the door because our boyfriend is gonna wash some dishes, I think. So I'm gonna shut the door so we don't hear the clink clink. Hey, Mr. Memo, welcome back, dear. I know, I thought you might like the blue light today. I thought you might like it today. Our boyfriend? Yeah, Kate, I do say that a lot. I don't know why. I don't know, I guess I'm just a sharing type person. I really have no idea why I say that, but I say that all the time. You just got up from a 2-hour nap? Ooh. The stream might put you back to sleep, though. I find myself being up quite early in the morning, and I'm trying to not judge myself by like what time I get up later, because I actually wake up at like 3 or 4 in the morning, and I actually stay awake for quite a while, like quite a few hours. So by the time 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning comes around, I actually am ready to go back to sleep. For like another 4 hours. So I sleep for probably 3 hours. I'm awake for probably 3 hours, and then I go back to sleep for another 4 hours. Seems to be the current wave of things, which is kind of different. But I'm trying not to be upset, like, oh, I slept in too late, because I really didn't. I just have a different kind of sleep schedule. It's not like I'm staying asleep like that whole period of time, if that makes sense. I'm trying to figure out a good way to, I guess, utilize that time better. So I've been doing lots of meditation at that time because I don't want to disrupt my boyfriend, so I don't want to like get up out of bed and like cause lots of like movement and like noise to like keep him up. I don't want to do that. So I do lots of meditation and journaling during that time. I've heard that too, Taco. We're gonna listen to drums now. This is shamanic drums. I'm gonna try and not let it get too loud. The normals, that used to be the normal sleeping pattern in the Victorian era. They would sleep for a few hours, get up and even visit with the neighbors and then go back to sleep. Yeah, that's what I'm finding I'm doing. And instead of like judging it, I'm just kind of accepting it. Instead of judging it, you know, and saying, well, that can't be good for me. You know, but it is kind of hard to do sometimes. Especially with my boyfriend still being on like a 9-to-5 job schedule. The schedule you keep is more important than the schedule you want. If you can keep that pattern, you will be healthier. Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. You know, obviously my body needs that, so it's okay. Hi, Danger. Welcome in, Raiders. How are you feeling today? I'm working on glow-in-the-dark painting today. Binkus, thank you so much for your follow, dear. The Vikings are here, yes. I would say Danger would appreciate having a Viking title. Danger, thank you so much for your raid, dear. I was watching part of your stream before hopping on. Aw, Streamlabs must be broke today. I'm sorry, dear. I don't know what's going on with him. Because he doesn't want to do his own links either. But I already modded him again. Let's do this again. It's Mercury retrograde, guys, in case you didn't know. Alright, now we'll try it again. It cut out his own link. Okay, there we go. Now he's back to normal. Retrograde time. It's been retrograde, Kate. I think March 10th. I think March 10th. We might actually be in a good place. Don't quote me, but I feel like March 10th will finally be pushed through most of it. Maybe it's the 9th. It's one of those two. Conk Features, thank you so much for your bits, hon. Thank you so much. And thank you for following, Chari. I I appreciate you very much, hon. So if you've been dealing with kind of chaos, maybe things aren't working very smoothly, that's totally why. That's totally why. I can, not your fan. Channel points should be active unless the bot is broken with that too. Unless the bot is broken with that too. Hi, Jevons. Hi, dear. Welcome back. You got a lot of chaos right now. That's going to pass, Kate. That is going to pass. It is going to pass. You've been dealing with a massive indecision. I thought I would avoid this retrograde, but alas. Yeah, I would wait just a few more days if you can. See if things kind of iron out. Unless this has been something that you've been kind of denying your intuition about for a long while, like longer than retrograde. Because sometimes retrograde is just like really lighting a fire under your butt for something you should have gotten rid of like a long time ago, you know? It just depends. It just depends. You like to ask before redeeming. That's okay, not your fan. That's okay, hon. Yeah, my massive indecision, my massive thing that I wanted to change actually ended up being, how do I want to say this? Like I felt called to really make a random change, and I was like, well, I wanna just do dreads. I just wanna do dreads. I don't wanna mess with my hair anymore. I wanna be free of the hair, worrying about my hair. So I was like, oh, I should just do dreads. But then, I almost did it. I was pretty close because I was looking up all this information on how dreads work. And then I realized, you know, from at least what I read, that dreads were actually quite a bit of work. And I probably really didn't want to do it. Yeah, there's different, see, chronic but intensified. So that's kind of just, yeah, Taco. Yeah, I understand that. Chronic, something that's chronic but intensified during this period is definitely something that should be addressed. But, things that have just kind of creeped up, you'll want to wait until, you know, till beforehand. Maybe just a nice haircut and styling. I don't know. Fluid. I like my long hair. I think it's just because it's winter. Because in the winter, my hair doesn't like hats. And my hair doesn't like hoods. Or collars. Or scarves. Or coats. Or anything like that. It gets really tangled really bad in the back. That's mainly why I wanted to get rid of it. Because I hate brushing it all the time. And I really don't like doing my hair. But in the summertime, I don't really do my hair. And I don't really have to brush it. So it's just like it's a winter thing. So I'm just like waiting until winter's over. Because then summer comes. And it's back to me not doing anything to my hair, so. Have paintbrush brush my hair. Aw. That would be so sweet. I've thought about cutting it. I don't know. I don't really want to cut it. Because like I said, I do like it being long. It's romantic. It's kind of romantic, isn't it? That's very sweet. Maybe that would work. Hey, Bob Ross. Hi, hon. Welcome in. So I'm gonna take a minute. We're gonna draw a rune for. Not your fan. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Fluid, like a grooming ritual. Kind of, yeah. It's definitely something very special. Like doesn't happen very often, you know what I mean? Like how many people would do that, you know? Oh yeah, he's definitely got long hair. Yeah, he's got long, dark brown, curly hair. So yeah, he's definitely got long hair. Trade, yeah. Yeah. I do give him lots of head pets. Like I pet his head quite a bit. Sounds so sweet. Yeah, not your fan. That's really what I need to do. I used to put it in braids all the time. Like when I would first get out of the shower, I would braid my hair, and then I would also braid it right before bed so that it wouldn't get tangled. That's really what I need to go back to doing, is just braiding it. Alright. So we're gonna set our suns here. Cute space buns. For me to do my hair in buns actually takes me a long time because there's so much hair, because I have so much hair. But I do like space buns. But I usually leave them up for a long time because they take so long, and then my head can hurt because it's really heavy to have all of that at the top of my head. Unless maybe I did one big one. But I like to do two of them. When I do it, I like to do two of them. Alright, so we're gonna focus. Not your fan. We want to draw the best rune out of the bag for Not Your Fan. We want to relay the best message for them with what they are currently working through. I feel like initially, Not Your Fan, I feel like you have direction. Like you have direction that you're currently doing. I'm kind of getting the feeling of you need to just fight through yourself across some obstacles. Like maybe there's some obstacles that you feel you're creating for yourself in a way, or there actually is obstacles that are in your way and you're maybe they've always been there, so like you're making them larger because you know that they seem small now, but you're kind of maybe anticipating them to get bigger. I'm kind of getting that kind of feeling. Like you have obstacles right now. Some of them are small, but you're anticipating them to get bigger. Or you know that even though they don't appear to be an obstacle now, it will be later, kind of thing is what I'm getting. But I'm kind of getting, you know how to maneuver, and you're just gonna have to really stay head fast and really focus on your end goal right now. Don't worry about the obstacles. Focus on the end goal, and the obstacles will basically resolve themselves. Yeah, that's kind of the feeling I'm getting. Like, you're anticipating obstacles that aren't currently there. Like, maybe you have like an inkling, but I feel like the inkling you're like placing there because you've assumed that that's going to be a thing. If that makes sense to you, like you're used to something happening. So, but I'm not getting a feeling of like this is definitely in your way. So I would be careful. Try not to focus on obstacles getting in your way too much, because you could create them at this point in time, unknowingly, unintentionally, on accident. Our cat is gonna come say hello, so we're gonna move some stuff here so she can come visit us. Hi, sweetheart. You wanna come lay down? We'll go into the book, Not Your Fan, in just a second here. Hi, lovely. Hi, lovely girl. Hi. Aww. Artistic Geek family, thank you so much for your follow, dear. Welcome to the treehouse. We are drawing some runes, and now we're petting the cat. Now we're petting the cat. She came back to say hi, so I'm gonna take down our cat cam. I'll go into the book though, Not Your Fan, but that's the initial feeling I was getting. But here's your rune. I guess I didn't actually even show you what it was yet. You want to see what it looks like? Here you go, dear. She's been very cuddly today. Lou has been very cuddly today. She likes it in the middle of the night when I wake up, because if I notice she's having a dream, she'll make lots of coo noises, and she'll like talk a lot in her sleep. And so when I notice that she's dreaming, hey Fairlight, wonder if she's having a day. She might be. We're probably feeding off of each other because I'm doing lots of emotional healing. And so she's probably feeling some of that too. And so we're both kind of like comforting each other, if that makes sense. I think that's what's going on. But she, when she makes noises at night, I'll peek over the edge of the bed, and because she has a bed that she sleeps in at the end of our bed. She has her own bed that she loves laying in, and so I'll roll over and go visit her for a minute, and she loves it. She loves it so much. She loves it so much. Aw, she'll like wake up and stretch and like thank me. She'll like give out a little chirp like she's thanking me for checking on her. Aw, Fairlight, thank you so much for your lurk, hon. Yeah, she's very cute. She's very, very cute. So, this is your rune, Not Your Fan. This is Ing. So this rune, Not Your Fan, you should feel pretty good about this draw, actually, and about what you're also working on and trying to achieve. Because honestly, this book even says that this rune is almost always a positive rune. And it says only in the very most negative rune casts would this ever signify any sort of failure. Which I'm not really feeling at the moment. I didn't get that feeling from the rune when I pulled it at all. This rune often shows a successful conclusion to the problem at hand that you have asked about. It also represents a sense of relief that comes from obtaining a positive accomplishment. It can also indicate a mind free from anxiety. It's a very important rune and could signal an event which will prove to be a milestone in your life, such as the birth of a child, a new job, or a new love. This rune can indicate the ending of an old phase of life so that you can give birth to a new and more exciting one. This rune marks the time of positive energies and deliverance. And when this rune comes up, you may be assured of good fortune. Good fortune. So just keep in mind that there's always a chance for obstacles. There's always a chance. And that's not always bad. Sometimes the obstacles are there because what we thought we wanted actually would not serve us in the long run. So things that we thought we really wanted and needed, in one form or another, would have actually not benefited us in, I guess, the highest form. So sometimes we need to not have those things, and it appears like a roadblock. Is kind of how I was feeling on that, but I was mostly getting a feeling of really be focused, and if a roadblock comes up, just go around it, because you need to be focused on what you want and not the fact that there's roadblocks. That's the overall message. Because that's the kind of mindset that will make you successful no matter what comes up. You know? You like the drinks? Oh, these? Core? Yeah, these are good. It's cherry, berry, lime. It's really good. You're welcome, not your fan. You're welcome. I got a message from a vendor. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I got a message from a vendor with the 0 calories. Yeah, I just drink it for hydration. Plus it says there's it's organic and it has antioxidants and things like that. Mm-hmm. Without the crazy sugar levels, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, without the crazy sugar. I'm kind of going back through, and I guess this is the practice of learning how a new medium works, because I feel like I've put lots of white down in this section, but it always seems to dry like really, like way darker than I anticipated. So I find myself putting multiple layers down. Instead of just like one. I kind of like, come on, I've put down this layer already. And now it looks like I haven't made any progress because the white kind of like drowned itself out. Anyone else paint with acrylic that can confirm that that happens? Because all this is kind of teaching me at the moment is that maybe I really do and should prefer watercolor. I feel like I'd be further along in this painting if this was watercolor. Can you guys hear the music? I've kind of noticed that there's a little bit of a train sound within this particular song. I don't know, maybe it's too quiet. I guess I have watched people paint with acrylic before, and I think I remember them saying that they also noticed that it would dry much lighter than when the color was originally laid down. Perfect. We'll see if this part stays this time. Because it always looks really vibrant once I first do it. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's perfect. This is exactly what I want it to kind of look like. And then a few minutes go by and it's like I didn't accomplish anything. It's really bizarre. It's really quite bizarre. We'll see. We'll see if it stays this time. Maybe we'll do a small detail as well, because I'm laying down the paint pretty thick, actually, pretty thick. So I'm really not sure why it's like not staying super thick. So we're just gonna go in and do smaller details now with our very tiny paintbrush, because maybe this will help us get that desired, the desired look we're going for. Maybe. We're gonna put some more white down in our palette, so we can use more of it. But I'm also using interesting paints too, so like this isn't typical acrylic. These are like neon and glow-in-the-dark paints. So that could cause be cause for some of our struggles. We're not painting with typical paints, I guess. Hey, Babakins, welcome in, dear. You're sick, hon. Aww, I'll send you some extra healing today. On the plus side, you get to catch more of the stream. I understand. It's a glow-in-the-dark painting today, Babakins. Hey, Epic, welcome in, dear. I'm kind of painting this is a glow-in-the-dark painting. So I have a blue light on above us. So this painting is meant to be seen in the dark, in glow-in-the-dark. But it's a little seascape. It's got some coral and some waves and some glow-in-the-dark fish. So when we actually turn off the lights, it'll be really interesting to see. Finally turn out the lights. Listen to some drums as we go. Some of our Native American drums. We've been working on this one for a minute because we've never really ever painted with acrylic paint. So we are learning as we go. Learning as we go. Looks like it has glitter. Yeah, I'm not it does kind of shine, doesn't it? It has a certain shine to it. I agree. And it does glow a little bit because of the blue light. And that's the cool part that I like. But then it seems like once it dries, it ends up not being as predominant, but you can still see it even up here where things have dried. It still has like this interesting sheen and shine to it. I don't know, it's very interesting. It's very interesting. But we've also been touching up on the same spots like over and over again, because like I said, we've never really painted with acrylic before, so it's learning how the paint, it's learning about how the paint works just as much as it is about trying to get the look that we're going for. So we're honestly just kind of playing around. Tell you the truth. But we wouldn't learn if we didn't just play around and try, right? We wouldn't learn new things if we didn't try new things. You know? Looks pretty good for playing around. Yeah, we basically only play around. I call this the treehouse. We do intuitive painting, and we do intuitive painting, which is basically always us playing around and seeing what happens. So that's just kind of how things go around here. But this is the first time we've started with a medium that we've kind of really not been familiar with. It's the first time with a brand new medium, because I usually just paint with watercolor. But now we're using acrylic, and it's not even normal acrylic. It's like glow-in-the-dark paint. So we're all kinds of testing and learning today. Yeah, it's been a learning process. It's been a learning process. So I'm just kind of like smooshing in the color, and I'm trying to like pat it in, but still make a really defined kind of edge. So just building as we go, just building up definition and space as we go. Trying not to be too particular. Which is good for us sometimes. If we start judging what we're doing too much, it doesn't become fun anymore. It's not fun anymore, and then we have to sit down and ask ourselves, why are we still doing it? You know, why are we still, if it's not fun, why are we still doing it? I think I am getting quite nice, finally, quite nice heavy lines now. just going to continue to take our time, kind of build some definition. Yeah, that's one of our future subscriber-only streams. We're gonna be following Bob Ross and painting with him. It's gonna be a subscriber-only stream, I think, for now, just so everyone's on the same page, because it'll be hard to. Sometimes chat gets rowdy. And I'd hate to be unwelcoming to new people who might not have any idea what we're doing. But I also don't want to get, I wouldn't want to get too distracted. Because sometimes chat, they pop in, and if they don't know what's going on, it's, they don't mean to be distracting, but they can be. And I'd hate to pause the video a lot, to like get everybody caught up. So that's definitely something that we're gonna do. And it'll be interesting too, because I'm gonna be basically translating Bob's acrylic lessons and trying to achieve the same effect with watercolor. So I'm gonna be doing it a little bit backwards, because I won't be following him like verbatim. I'll just be trying to achieve the same thing, but with a different medium, and see how he does, see how I do, in accordance with my own way of painting. Yeah, that was actually just a brand new thing that I added in, because I do instructional painting for my Patreons, and we were having a chat on Sunday, and some of them were talking about how fun it would be to do a paint along, and I was like, oh, maybe we should do that. But I kind of got the idea that it would be fun to involve more people with as possible. But I didn't want it to be like a normal stream thing, because sometimes you just get distracted. Which is, like I said, not a bad thing. It just is what it is, Didn't have to be a bad thing. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna put in, I think, some more yellow is what we need. Hi, Sen. Hey, dear, how are you today? I like your little emote. We're kind of making some progress. But I want to add yellow. More yellow than what I was currently working with. I do. It's very cute. I was just talking about how I'm making all these emotes for all these other streamers, But I haven't updated my own really. And I was like, man, I really need to do that. I'm like making all these awesome emotes for all these other channels, and I haven't done my own. So, but I don't know what kind of emotes to do, I guess. I need to hang out in my own streams. Get some feedback from myself as a viewer of what would be a good emote. What would be a good one? And you're doing good? I'm glad. I'm doing very well today. I was feeling extremely chill today. Bogo, thank you so much for your follow, hon. Welcome to the treehouse. I was feeling very, very zen, very chill, very relaxed, very just at peace today, like peaceful today. So I decided that an ASMR stream would be really good for us today. So that's why we're doing ASMR today. But to tell you the truth, the stream is pretty much always chill. It's just I'm actually choosing this category for today. Aw. Epic Puffer, thank you so much for your follow, dear. I appreciate that very much. Ooh. Actually, the yellow ends up being very, very bright. Maybe we should add some water so some of these get a little less bright. Or not quite as vibrant. This is when we really start playing around with what we're working on. So I'm adding water to my paintbrush so that in the places where there's I guess a higher white highlight, I am kind of diluting that pigment of the paint down so it's not quite as harsh. So that's what we're doing. We're just kind of playing around like always, seeing what works for us and what does not work for us. I'm sure we're probably confusing, we're probably actually confusing quite a few people because we're not normal or typical ASMR. Sorry, I'm not gonna get in your face. I'm not gonna get in your face. It's just not gonna happen. You're not in the right stream if that's what you want. But that's fine. That's fine. Not a huge deal. I do like the variation currently. Kind of like putting this magical kind of glow in the waves now, which I'll eventually go in, I think, and I'll eventually go in and do some splatter. Some splatter work. Which I think will be really fun. But for now, I'm just being kind of really particular about where some of this goes. You do like it, Zen? I do too. I do too. I do too. I very much do. With a rune pull, I can do that, dear. I can totally do that for you. I'm gonna cover our paint so it doesn't dry out on us. But here's our progress. I'm putting, you ever seen the nature documentaries that talk about the algae in the ocean and how that like bioluminates? This is kind of the feeling that I'm getting with this current painting that we're working on. Like a bioluminescence, basically. And it looks, oh, we have to fix the lighting on the stream now. We have to reset it. Perfect, that should reset the color. I always forget if I hold the painting up. Sometimes it changes the color of, like the color rendering of the stream. Thank you, Taco. I'm glad you think it's lovely, dear. I'm glad you think it's lovely. Okay. Do you have something in particular you're working on, Zen? You don't need a question. You don't need a question for the runes, but you can have, of course. You can have a question. But you don't have to. We can just see what comes out. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So we can do that. I'll put the chart away then. And we'll get ready to draw one for you. We'll draw one for you. I feel a sense of like really high gratefulness right now. And I don't know if that's just because I feel like it's mostly me at the moment. But at the same time, maybe that's something that you're also feeling. And so maybe it's kind of like those are kind of bouncing off of each other at this time, because I've been feeling super grateful today, and I kind of just got an overwhelming extra gratefulness just then. So we want to draw the best rune we want to draw the best rune for Zen Candy that has the very best message for them. We want to give the best message out of the bag. So we ask for that. I think this might be, I think I said before drawing the rune, I think maybe gratefulness is kind of a focus that we should be growing, like you should be growing like with others. But I'll show you your rune. Because it's not that we don't have gratefulness or a grateful heart, it's just sometimes we don't. It's almost like you can still have gratefulness in your heart, but is it being practiced on, and is it being grown like a plant every day? Is kind of like, I'm getting like the feeling of like you're not in a bad place, but you could heighten this by cultivating it and growing it, basically. That's kind of how I feel with the rune. We're definitely going to go into the book and see what the book has to share with us. But I'm kind of getting like daily practice will grow what it is that I think you really want. So this is the rune here. Bjork. Okay. This is actually Zen. This is actually the rune of fertility and birth and family. It often represents mother or children, so very like nurturing kind of energy. This rune usually indicates an event which brings joy to the family, such as a birth or a wedding. Could represent your true home, so reminding you of where your home is actually where your heart is. Not necessarily. I think you'll understand me when I say this. Like, home is where your heart is, not necessarily where your blood runs. And I think you understand what I'm saying when I say that. I think this is kind of saying focus on that direction with what home actually means. And this even goes to say after that, home is where your heart is, as opposed to where you may currently be living. This could be birth of an actual child, or the formation of an idea. This rune does say, be careful at this time with matters. Take care and awareness with you. This rune is always indicative of a tangible result and is a very helpful rune whenever a new project is trying to be contemplated. It suggests that any schemes you have in your mind should be implemented right away. It's time to birth them, basically. This does say in the result position. This indicates a fortunate outcome to any questions asked. It can often signify a new beginning, a new project, and a new romance, which will bring much happiness. It's usually a favorable outcome. The only negatives for this rune, if you feel like you've rushed your process or you've been rushing to try and meet the end goal, it could say that your success, you'll still gain it, but it's going to be short-lived because you didn't actually put that much energy into it. So be careful with that if that's something that you've been doing. Like you're gonna receive back what you've put in. So a rushed project will still get you something, but it could be short-lived. The only other negative to this rune, it could sometimes indicate family problems and issues or domestic troubles. It could be showing friction between you and the ones closest to you. So, which is why I think in the beginning of the book, why I was kind of pointing out, home is where your heart is, not necessarily where your blood is. It's not usually a negative rune unless there's lots of other negative runes around it. If you want, we can draw one for clarification. We can draw a second one to see if it's a positive rune or a negative rune. But it even says it's not usually a negative rune, even when it is pulled as reversed, so. You can, Epic. You can use your channel points on if you really want. Since you're following, you should have earned quite a few channel points. You can use your channel points. You want another one to just clarify really quick? I'm okay with that. I don't like ones that, I don't like ones that feel in the middle. You know what I mean? Like maybe, like I feel like very in the middle about it at the moment. So I think another rune would help tilt us in one direction or the other, you know? So I think that's what we should do. So let's ask for a clarifying rune. We want to know if we should focus on mostly the positive aspects of this rune or maybe some of the negative aspects of this rune. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for clarification with that. I think this is Faho. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me see. I'll show you what it is. I'll show you what it is. So here's this one for you. We'll go in the book here. Because maybe you feel tension in the family and you feel like it could, like you feel like maybe you're trying to decide if it's worth putting energy into because of some conflict, or if it's something that you just kind of need to let go of. Maybe that's why it's in the middle. I'm just kind of trying to preemptively read through here. So let's see if I can actually find it in the book here. Yeah, Fehu, so I was correct. Yeah, this one's Fehu. Okay. So Fehu is the cattle rune, Zen. And this rune this rune is a symbol of earned income. So when I read earned income, earned potential, it's a rune of fulfillment. Something which you have striving toward will finally be within your grasp. So this is kind of what I was getting before even coming into the book. And I had said it previously too, was I feel like the only way, kind of like how this rune could be negative, is if you don't put a lot of energy into what you want to create for yourself. And this rune is kind of confirming that by saying this is an earned fortune. This is an earned kind of positive stance. Like, so I feel like work should be put in to the family at this point in time. You'll have to pick and choose who is worth your time and maybe who's not, because I feel like maybe not everybody is going to be worth your time. But I do see that you will honestly feel better about yourself if you know that you gave it 100%, even if it was hard. You know, like, you're going to feel like any triumphs that you do receive with this, which I do feel like is very possible, considering the first rune itself is also about family triumphs and peace, but the second rune is about it has to be earned kind of thing. So really have conversations with people, really be honest about what it is you want to obtain with your relationships with them, and it's going to take some work. But I think even telling people what you really want will be helpful enough. It'll help you wing out people who really don't want to do the work, you know? Like telling people straight up, like, hey, I want to fix this relationship. Here's how I feel like I want to do it, by having genuine conversations with you about it. The right people are going to be like, oh my gosh, I feel the same way, let's do it. And the wrong people are going to say, I don't know what you're talking about, and they won't be ready. So I feel like that's what I'm getting from both of these runes, hon. You have great potential to heal and to have good relationships with family right now. Be particular about who you work with, and really give the right people all of your energy at this time with trying to fix that. That's kind of what this is saying. I hope that's very helpful for you, dear. I hope so. It's and maybe, because I just got reminded that I felt gratefulness in the beginning, so maybe you start because it's always hard. Gosh, it's always hard to have these kind of conversations. You know, it's always hard to have this kind of conversation. So you might be thinking, like, how do I even start? The whole reading started with me feeling very grateful. So maybe come up to people, because you don't want to automatically say, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this are not working for me. You know what I mean? Because people feel hurt. And then sometimes people, because they feel hurt, they don't want to heal right away. You know what I'm trying to tell you? So I feel like maybe start it out by sharing gratefulness and saying, I want to feel more gratefulness than I already do for you. So this is why I want to heal these things. I think starting out with that type of energy with the conversation first is going to have people be initially more open than they would be if you're kind of coming at them in a different way, by just pointing out issues. You know, like bring gratefulness in first, and sincerity, and I think that'll open people's hearts to be more open to the healing that you kind of want to work on. With the gratefulness that came in. I hope that helps, dear. And Fluid wants a room too. Okay, dear, we can do that. We're going to draw the best room for Fluid Soul that has the very best message for them. That's really what we want. We want to get the best message. Aww. This is a very good rune, by the way. I know this rune because this is the rune I draw for myself all the time. Fluid. Hey, Psycho Pete, dear. Welcome in. Hopefully you're doing good today. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? I am having a great night. Epic, thank you so much for those bits. Thank you so much. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Stretching too far to reach it. Sorry, that was kind of like really loud. You've been lurking while you play some video games. That's okay, Psycho P. I appreciate the lurk, dear. I do. Okay, sorry, Fluid. I'm gonna try to get back to you for just a second. Are you feeling anxious? I feel like a slight anxiousness. Like slight. It's not like really bad, but it's just like a slight anxiousness. Like, ooh, maybe you feel something coming too and it's making you anxious. I'll read this rune to you though. This is Manhas. This is the rune. This is the rune that I draw for myself all the time. Pete, Psycho Pete, I'm currently drawing a rune for Fluid Soul, so that's currently who I'm asking about. Looks like two people kissing. It's about, this rune is about the self. This rune is about the self. And serving others through being your genuine self is what this rune is about. It's about knowing thyself. But I'll go into the book because this is a beautiful rune. This is a beautiful rune, and I draw this rune all the time. All the time. It's also the rune of humanity, like it's the humanity rune, which has it's kind of like understanding what it means to be human and embracing that because you are human, and also serving other people and humanity by helping them also understand that they're human, if that makes sense. It's kind of like serving others through understanding yourself, like a counselor or a teacher or a coach, like a life coach, like somebody who would teach you how to trust yourself, kind of thing, is kind of what this one is. Anyway, this one does say it's a rune of interdependence. This does say that you can expect to receive some sort of aid or cooperation regarding the problem at hand. So this is about knowing not only yourself, but allowing yourself to be part of humanity as a whole. And in order to do that balanced, you have to give to humanity as much as you receive from humanity. So maybe, I feel like maybe you're a little short on the receiving end currently, like you don't really draw in from others. So this is kind of saying accept aid that's coming in regards to your problem at hand. It could come in the form of good advice. The advice that you're going to receive will be totally honest and completely unbiased. So really be open to that. Sometimes this rune appears as reference to the individual in the reading, which is what I said. This rune can be about knowing thyself. It can indicate that you may be becoming too caught up in a problem to be effective in solving it. So you've become a little unbalanced, like a little too self-reliant, to where maybe you've gone back and forth a lot on something. So this is about allowing other people in to help you like recenter yourself and not change who you are, but like help you discover yourself again. It's time to seek out good advice and try to adopt a more positive and progressive attitude. It can also indicate now is a great time to implement any new plans. It may signal a time when you need to take special care and remain modest. Now may not be the time to take credit for any accomplishments. Examine situations at present and look to the runes to be aware. So this is really about balancing self and others. It can also indicate a magical ability, because when you know yourself, you know how to create things for yourself with your own magic, right? Your own internal magic. I didn't draw this as reversed, so yeah, this is about, it's a rune of knowing yourself and how to balance yourself with others, because you have to be just as much your own person as you need to be a member of humanity. So it's about balancing that out and knowing when you need help and how to ask for it, and also knowing when you're ready to start serving. And it's a very heavy rune, so I think you'll know where you're at with that one. You'll know where you're at with that one. Yeah. You're welcome, dear. You're welcome. yourself, um, you know what you are looking to obtain. And being honest about that. All right, perfect. Hey Alma, how are you, dear? Welcome back. Are you doing good today? You're not, huh? Why not? What is going on? You got a situation? Okay. I mean, you don't have to talk about it, but I send you the best. I send you the best. I do. Also, our cat is in here now. She's ready to take a drink. She's ready to take a drink. I'm just putting in really thick white now because apparently the glow in the dark is just way too mellow. Oh, really? You poor dear. Maybe it's a time for a diet change. Maybe. Or was I totally interpreting that wrong? I don't think I was, but if I was, so sorry. No, keep guessing. I don't know. I don't know. Tell you the truth. I was assuming kidney. Because that's how much I trust. We really highlighted this time because I feel like that part that was necessary. Like some of it was just not getting where I wanted it to be. So sometimes you have to just go back and do what's necessary. do what's necessary. I'm not gonna go there. Oh man, hon, please don't make me. I don't want to get rid of you, dear. I don't want to. But I need respect. I need respect. And I respect you enough to tell you what I need before doing anything. So that's all I can do for you. Also, thank you for those bits. Epic. Thank you so much. You've been so kind. I appreciate that very much. Hey, Miss Sombra dear, how are you? Oh, Matt hon, oh Matt hon, oh Matt hon, oh Matt hon. I don't want to have to. Yeah, maybe you went on a walk. Maybe you're picking up too many seashells on the seashore. Are you good, Miss Umbra? I'm so glad. I'm not gonna lie, guys. The glow-in-the-dark paint was drying really odd, and I didn't like it. I did not like it. It was not getting vibrant enough for me, so I'm going in now and adding some more white, and then we will we'll go in and I guess soften it a little bit more. I guess, maybe. I don't know. Who knows, man? Who knows, man? Anyway, we're kind of playing around at the moment. You feel like there should be fish? I put a little bit of fish, and this is where it's becoming tricky. I did put fish in there, dear, but they're, how do I want to say this? They're not showing up because of the way that the paint dries when it's not wet anymore. Like, they don't show up, and it's aggravating me. So there are fish in here that I painted a while ago, but like, because it's glow in the dark, like you can, like it just dries weird, if you can see that. Like, it dries weird. So I have to, like, I've been repeating my work like a lot with this painting because I'll get an effect and then it'll dry and it's like the whole painting has disappeared, and I'm like, I don't get it. I'm like, dang, this is tricky. This is way trickier than I thought it would be. So there are fish, you just can't tell. It's hard to tell from here, but you like the wave action? Yeah. This is me going back in and not using glow-in-the-dark paint, but using white, like just straight up white. And I'm hoping it, I'm honestly hoping that that helps. Hey, Nina Wave. Welcome to the treehouse, hon. Rip to the fishies. Yeah, they're gone. I don't know if they're coming back. And this is not because I've watered it down either. Because at first I thought, well, maybe I'm just watering down the painting too much. Like I'm adding too much water to the paint so then it's not becoming vibrant. But then I started to just go with the flow on it, like not put as much water in and lay more of just straight up paint from like the tube, but that wasn't really working either. I just think the glow in the dark dries weird, and you'd have to like, I don't know if you're really supposed to like paint with it. I feel like you're supposed to just like lay it down super thick and that's it, and it's just like solid color, you know what I mean? Like I don't think the glow in the dark paint is intended for painting purposes, where like there's a gradation, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's a very interesting medium. Hey Alex Gamer, how are you, dear? Welcome in. So I'm kind of I'm fluffing the brush now because I want to do a dry brush effect. So I'm kind of just fluffing the brush right at the moment so that we can get so I can pull some of this white down and have kind of like a brushed texture. You're tired and fighting a headache? Aw, well, I mean, you came to the right stream to be tired, because we're being extra chill today, so you definitely came to the right place. Trying to make this a little bit more broken. Let's brush some more of it off here. I think this is just confirming to me, this painting is, that my forte is watercolor. But it was fun. It was fun, right? It was fun to try some new paintings, right? It was fun. It was fun. And it still can be fun. It's just a little difficult at the moment. I think there's a lot of people who, we've had a lot of people come in today and kind of mention that they're not feeling well, so I do send out lots of healing. Everybody needs to just rest. Everyone needs to just rest at the moment. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with just taking some extra time to rest. Maybe we need to paint strictly yellow fishes. I'm gonna rinse this out just a tiny bit. And I just noticed that Lou went to sleep in her cat bed. She's such a cutie. She's such a cutie. You're such a cutie. I'm just like kind of dotting around some of this color. Because I feel like most of this is doing really well with our color right now. It's very vibrant. Hey King. Hi dear, how are you? Are you feeling good today? I'm feeling way more relaxed than I've been for quite some time. So we're in an ASMR kind of vibe today. You can still come in with your high energy though. I appreciate it. Hopefully you're feeling good. Trying to focus on gratefulness, and I was talking earlier today about how just allowing myself to have social time with my family really changed my mood for the day. So I made some time for my family today, and that made a huge difference in my mood. Because I found out that I was still telling myself I was too busy, and I decided to not make that an accurate statement. So I don't, Epic Puffer, I don't. But I mean, the stream usually feels like this. Like, this is not a weird stream. It's not a weird stream. Our stream usually feels like this. But no, I don't usually put myself under ASMR. You need to be over strep throat. You poor dear. Forgot I always tell jokes. Yeah, I know you do, but I'm not wrong, because I told you I didn't appreciate it, so I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. You just chose to continue to do it anyway, so. Can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We have said that before. We have said that before. Strep throat. Two stones with 1 bird? Is that that's a Chuck Norris joke? What? I don't think I quite get it. I guess Chuck Norris is like all powerful, so he can do what he wants. That seems like one that was intended to be borderline. That seems like one that was intended to be borderline. That's okay though. That's okay though. Lots of healing for strep throat. Lots of healing. to put a couple larger ones with what we're working on currently. It still has a really high sheen to it. I think the glow-in-the-dark paint is just very shiny for some reason. It's very shiny painting. Like the glow-in-the-dark has like, it's like hyper shiny. But anyway, this is how far we've gotten so far. Maybe we'll put some fish jumping out of the water instead, since the glow-in-the-dark ones are kind of like hiding under everything. Should we do that maybe instead? Like maybe, what other kind of glow-in-the-dark colors do I have? I have this, I don't know if that'd be too much. I have this pink color. That might be too much though. I don't, Alma. I'm trying to let you choose to join me where I'm at, is what I'm trying to let you do. Because you're a bit all over the place. And so I'm pondering if you're going to meet me where I'm at. That's what I'm pondering. Because that's what's going on. 2 or 1 fish jumping out of the water with a nice ripple from anywhere they jumped out. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like a nice little ripple effect, right? Maybe right through here. Like maybe right through here. And then they can jump it like in front of some of this coral here. Maybe they take up this space. Is kind of what I'm feeling. But I don't know. I don't know if we should do red. Hey, Kalina. Hi, dear. How are you? I always seem to like pop in at the end of your stream, hon, but I have a different sleep schedule to most. I sleep for 3 hours and then I wake up and I'm up for 3 hours and then I go to sleep and I sleep for like 4 hours. So I have an interesting sleep schedule. Hey, Oraxis9, welcome to the treehouse, dear. And we're doing a glow-in-the-dark painting right now. Hey, Police Scotland. Hi, dear. Hopefully you're doing well, hon. I like seeing you pop in. Is there a reason for your unusual sleep habits? I'm not sure, Miss Umbra. I don't know how to explain this. I get woken up. Like, I either naturally wake up or like a dream wakes me up. So like sometimes I'll be dreaming and like a voice will like say my name. So I like wake up. I like wake up. And I look at the clock and I'm like, of course that's what time it is. And so I'm like wide awake so I don't go back to sleep. And because I don't feel pressured to go back to sleep. So I just, I either meditate or journal during that time. They're not scary, no. I'm never scared of my dreams. I'm never scared of my dreams. Alessandro, thank you so much for your follow, dear. Welcome to the treehouse. I do think we're gonna do red. Epic. I do think we're gonna do red. As soon as I open this. Yeah, it's just a pattern that kind of established itself. Yes, Miss Umbra, yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't matter. I've tried thinking, well, maybe I'm not drinking enough water and I'm thirsty, so I'm waking up because I'm thirsty. Or maybe I haven't. We're definitely gonna do red fish, by the way. Like pinkish. Maybe I'll mix the orange and the pink together, so it's not so pink, like atrociously pink. Because I used to, how do I want to say this? I used to just wake up and go straight back to sleep, and I was fine. But like, it ended up being later on that I couldn't go back to sleep, so now I just kind of wake up and I don't worry about it. Instead of judging and saying, oh, that must not be good for me, I'm mixing pink and orange together. Instead of saying that must not be good for me, I'm just embracing it, basically. Because I work for myself now. Let's be honest, I work for myself now. So why would I hold judgment for myself in an expectation of what used to be instead of what currently is? You know what I mean? You have dreams too. You're scared all the time? Oh, why are you scared, huh? I think you need to take control. Take control. A lot of people do deal with nightmares though, don't they? Like that's a normal thing that a lot of people deal with. Which is why I have like my Pandrum goal, because YouTube is going to be about sleep. YouTube is going to be about sleep. Helping you sleep easy, basically. Hey, Rad. Welcome in, dear. Thank you so much for your subscription, hon. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. I do. You have a strange sleep schedule at the moment too, Miss Umbra? Yeah. You don't see each other during the week, except for the fact that you can sense when he gets home, and so you wake up. It's not that you really consciously hear him because he's super quiet. You just happen to know that he's there. Yeah. I will sit up for an hour or so and talk before going back to sleep. Oh yeah. You have tons of reoccurring bad dreams. See, so many people need help with their sleep. Which is what I want to do. Specifically with YouTube. Because then you don't have to, if we move that stuff to YouTube, not that I don't like the chat, right? I like you guys chatting, but if I'm trying to put people in a dream space, the chat can distract us and pull us out of that place. So that's why I want to move it to YouTube, because I can do it in my own place, be very structured and not distracted, and that would just make it work more effectively, basically. And I did see your lovely comment, hon. I'll go ahead and read that. Oh, you deal with anxiety, hon? I meet a lot of people that deal with anxiety, Oryx. You think your stream might be able to help you calm down? I think it will. Oryx, I think it will, dear. That's the whole goal. It's a very calming stream, so I have have that intention while we're here. That's why I play super relaxing music. That's why I talk really nice and gentle, you know, and I talk about, you know, healing conversations, heartfelt conversations. So we're very particular about our energy and what we're discussing and what we're doing and what we're listening to and, you know, things like that. So I'm glad the fact that you notice that about the stream, Oryx, helps me feel good in knowing that what I want to accomplish is working and being recognized. So thank you for telling me, because that helps me feel good about what I'm doing. Math dreams? Oh, a friend did a spell for you when you had nightmares? Rad. It helps some, but you have those dreams sometimes, along with ones where I have to go back to high school. Interesting. Have you ever done because a spell or a prayer or intention that you place or a thought that you put out there, it only lasts so long, right? It only lasts so long. So nothing is permanent, right? The world is always changing and evolving. So same thing goes with, you know, the spell that maybe your friend helped you do with good intention to help you, right? It's the same thing, like, you have to keep feeding it, basically, and things are always changing, so it could be time for you to step up and, you know, create your own protection for yourself. So what I do before I go to bed, I have the intention that my bedroom is a safe space and it's a calm space and I don't have any worries. And so if you're used to meditation, a lot of meditations will tell you, you know, they'll help you like align your chakras, and you'll imagine lots of white light, basically. So what you can do is either, because spell and prayer are like the same thing to me, like, you know what I mean, like, whatever you want to call it, it's you vocalizing your heart and what you want. That's really all it is. And you can call it whatever you want. So it's about filling and having the intention and the heart of wanting to fill your space with love, basically. So you can just imagine a white light growing and becoming so large that it fills your entire bedroom and nothing else can be there. So that's what I do. And I also I have actually several layers. I don't want to go over like everything that I do, but I basically put up quite a few different layers of protection. So I'll do like myself, and I'll do like the bed, and then I'll do other things, and then I'll expand it out. So there's like layers, you know, there's like layers, and I do that every night. So, and sometimes you'll notice, if sometimes as you're practicing and you get familiar with how energy feels, you'll notice things that need more attention. So you know, you'll pay more attention to certain things after a while. that makes sense. I'm trying to be as open about the interpretation as possible. Yeah. Oh, because they didn't want the relationship to end. Yeah. Yeah. It could be a little bit of both, Miss Umbra. It could be a little bit of both, to tell you the truth. I didn't, Epic. I'm so sorry, dear. I'm so sorry. I got really focused on conversation. Oh, really, Bobicus? That's so sweet. That's so sweet. You borrowed a lot of my mannerisms from a character that you're writing. That's like so kind. What a way of being flattering. Thank you so much. I'm glad you can appreciate that and recognize it for what it is. That means a lot. But she says yes, because a lot of the way you'll repeat things. Yeah. No problem. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sometimes I get, and I like to help, right? So sometimes I'm like, someone's open and willing to receive assistance, so I could like get hyper focus on that. I'm like, all my attention kind of like veers towards that thing. So plus with streaming, I mean, you guys know how Twitch works, right? You've seen other streamers. Sometimes you just have streamer brain. I call it streamer brain, or like jumbled brain. Jumble. I mean, it could be a jungle brain with chaos and all the animals. It could be jungle. Jumbled. Jumbled is an interesting word, but that's what it is. Jumbled. Like all, like a whisked scrambled egg is like the best picture. Like your brain turns into a scrambled egg, because I guess it depends on the type of environment you're creating too, and like the people that you allow in your space too. Because sometimes as a streamer, if you let like the chat get out of hand, then like your whole brain is just like completely gone, because you respond to this person, and then you respond to this person, and then you respond to this person, and like everyone's got different energy, and so like your energy's like this and your attention's like this. And then you're just like, who am I? What do I really feel? What am I doing? This one or this one? Hey, Kip It Safe. Welcome to the treehouse, dear. It's a tapestry, dear. It's tapestry. Oh, really? I repeat things too, but I've started doing it more because I've been watching you. I really repeat myself a lot. Wow, that's funny. Y'all gonna start laughing like me too. You know, like the broken, airy laugh. Hey, Piggy, welcome in, dear. Welcome to the treehouse. So we're gonna clear. Thank you so much for that follow. Thank you so much for that follow. So we're gonna draw a room. We're gonna draw a room. It's time to draw a room. It's time. Epic has been waiting for who knows how long, because I lost track of when they redeemed. So we want to relay the best message that's going to be most helpful. So that's what we want to be doing. That's what we want to be doing. I feel like initially there's some preparation on your part that you'll have to do. Initially. Or maybe you're not sure. Maybe you're not sure if you have the energy to do all the preparation. Maybe what you're working on requires so much preparation that you might already be burning yourself out before you even start. Because this is, I'll show you the room. That was my initial feeling from the room. Bob Ross told you. I'm glad. I already knew it was a Bob Ross approved stream. I already knew that. I didn't have to ask. This is Kanaz. This room is called Kanaz. I remember this room. It's the rune of the torch. So it's about fire and action. Fire and action. Let me see if there's a reverse really quick, because I did draw it at a really odd angle. I'm gonna draw a second one, because this one could be on the fence. We want a rune that's going to give us further clarification for Kanaz. With Thorn. So this is a controlled flame or torch. In a positive stance, it generally talks about strengths, energy, and power. So like I said, since this wasn't quite reversed, but also not really facing the correct way, it wasn't, I feel like maybe your energy is a little bit weird at the moment, or you're not feeling as strong as you really want to be, or you're not feeling as much energy, or you're kind of feeling powerless, a little bit powerless at the moment. And that could be because things feel like they're ending, or they are ending for you, and maybe you're not sure how to feel about that. This rune does want to remind you to remember how important it is to have a positive attitude. This can be one of the most helpful runes that can arise when you're experiencing problems of any sort. It's a protective sign, indicating that you could receive respite from current worries, and that trials that you are currently going through could end up being easily manageable. It could end up being easily manageable. It could herald a time of things opening up for you and good things coming into your life. But things can't open and come in if you haven't got rid of the old yet. Right? New things can't come in if your room is full. Like, if your house is full, you don't have anywhere to put new furniture. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you feel like things are ending and you're a little bit worried and you're kind of drained because of that, let the old kind of flush out. Let the things that are ending kind of end. It's going to be okay, because the new things are going to start coming in. this does talk about now is a good time. Could be a good time for you to start something new or have a new mindset. Hey, Angel. Thank you for the raid. We're reading rune for Epic, which seems to be, I think, he said it was mad at how accurate this is. Which I'm taking as a good sign. Thank you so much for the raid, guys. So we are painting and drawing runes. This is a glow-in-the-dark painting that we've been working on, dear. Thank you so much for the raid and all the love. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, Dragon, for that shout out. I appreciate you guys coming in. If you guys need a warm, fuzzy person to follow during the day, like a ball of sunshine kind of person, Angel is definitely the person to go follow. If you just need to feel better and absorb some sunshine. But you better be giving love back if you're gonna do that. You better be giving love back if you're gonna do that. I appreciate that. I hope you had a wonderful stream, dear. I hope you had a wonderful stream. So, is this in regards to a relationship? Is this in regards to a relationship, Epic? You can just say yes or no. But there is, I always ask this with this rune in particular because for whatever reason, this rune has a very particular message for relationships, and that's the only reason why I'm asking. No, okay, well then I'll skip that. The other rune I think is Wunjo. And Wunjo, I feel like you should take mostly the positive aspects of this reading, because I did read a couple of negative aspects that were kind of standing out to me, but I did put a positive spin on them because this other rune is Wunjo, and for the most part Wunjo is read in a positive light. Oh, actually it's actually not Wunjo. Okay, hold on. It's a different rune. I think this is Thorn, which might just be confirming. Oh, Thuraz. Sorry, it's actually Thuraz. Which I don't think Thuraz has really, Thuraz just means what it means. It doesn't really mean any different if it's reversed, so. But, your second rune is talking about, this is another rune of protection, so I feel like since your energy and your strength and maybe a little bit of your positivity is not 100% at the moment, which is fine, right? It's okay to feel those things. I'm kind of getting with the double protection runes, like you need to spend some time with yourself and protecting your own energy, basically. Like, it's okay to take time for yourself right now and do whatever it is you need to do to switch yourself and recharge yourself and relight your fire and re-energize yourself, to continue to move forward, because I do think that right now this is not a reading of outcome. This is a reading of where you're at currently and how to move through it, because I feel like right now this reading is talking about a very circumstantial situation that will pass. So this is not a permanent kind of thing. Alone time. Yeah, you need some alone time just to reset yourself, basically. This does have a lot to do with protection and with luck. So again, I do feel like this is kind of a short hiccup in where you're currently at. This is not a forever kind of energy. This is kind of a hiccup, and that you can get through. So this does say you can get a stroke of good luck if you're willing to focus on that. You're basically going to be in the right place at the right time. So sometimes if we worry too much about where we're at currently, we grow more of that in our future. Unknowingly, because we feel we need to, how do I want to say this? We feel we need to resolve it. We feel we need to finalize and resolve the situation, but this is kind of saying like the situation has already been done and completed. So there's nothing more that you really need to do except go within, focus on yourself, rekindle your fire, and move forward. Because what's coming up next for you, you need your energy, because there's a lot of preparation that you're going to need to be doing, because what's coming is going to be good for you. And prepare yourself to be in a good mindset to receive that, basically, is what this is talking about. Because you're going to be in the right place at the right time to reap the benefits. So if you've been having, so Thraz is all about luck. So if you feel like you've been in a bad rut lately, which I feel like is where you feel like you are, this talks about luck changing. So if you've been in a bad place with bad luck, it's time for luck to change and you'll be in a good place. So this is a rune about luck. If you feel like you've been in really good luck, however, which I don't think is the case for you recently, at least very recently, it's also a natural switch. But it's just the flow of how luck works. So right now, understand you're in the flow of luck working very well for you. So just feel good and embrace where you're at, even if it seems kind of hard. So, but really take stock of your own individual situation to see how luck is going to flip. But like I said, I felt like you've been kind of maybe in a negative place recently, like things have been ending and you're not quite sure how to feel about it, and things feel kind of broken. So I feel like it's good things are coming to pass instead of the negative. But you would know, you would be the one to know in case I'm interpreting that part incorrectly. So luck is changing. Basically this is saying luck is changing, and really focus on lighting your own fire right now. Don't let your fire burn out just because of where you're at. Luck is changing for the good or for worse. I feel like it's going to be for good though. And don't let your fire burn out is basically what these two runes are saying. Because you'll need it. You'll need your fire. Don't let your fire burn out. You'll need it. I hope that was helpful for you, dear. Also, Zero, welcome into the treehouse, dear. I did see you say hello. Hi. Welcome in. Hopefully you're doing good. I hope so, anyway. Find someone who fans your flame. Sometimes you do need help doing that. And that's not saying you can't fan your own flame on your own. Like, that's not saying you shouldn't, and you should solely anticipate or put that on other people. But I do agree with Blaze. I think sometimes you yourself know if you actually need help doing that, right? Like, I feel like as a person, you know if you need some help fanning your own flame. And no one should be judging you for that. You know? as long as you're doing it for your benefit and you want to let others assist you, you know if you're doing it to avoid actually healing, or if you're actually putting all of the responsibility on another person, or if you're doing it to kind of get yourself out of the rut so that you can finish the work. You know what I mean? You know if that's something that you're doing. What does the intuitive card reading entail? You have to have a specific question. But I do agree with Blaze. Sometimes you know you need help, and that's not a bad thing. That's true. A good partner will know that you need assistance, and you won't have to ask. They'll basically, if it depends on their personality. If it was me, I would be telling you that I knew something was wrong, and you should just tell me already, because it's annoying. If you were in a relationship with me, that's how that would work. I'd be like, I know what's wrong. I know something's wrong. I have an idea of what's wrong, but I need you to admit that so we can work together. Otherwise, it's pointless. So, and sometimes I don't even say I know what's wrong. Sometimes I'm just like, you should tell me what's wrong. Hey, Eclasty, welcome to the treehouse, dear. You've been failing at university and you don't want to let your dad down? Oh, yeah. Having to move back home. And I'm planning on moving out with my girlfriend, so I've been applying for jobs. Hopefully luck is on my side. Thank you for the reading. Yeah. Everything ends for a reason, even if it looks like a bad ending. I want to meet you, Epic Puffer. I want to meet you where you are currently at. I want to share with you. And I'm just sharing. I'm not saying your experience is my experience. I just want to share with you an experience that I've had. I went to college and I did not finish. And I almost failed out. But I was in a very toxic relationship at the time that took up all of my time and all of my energy. So even though I was very sad about school ending, the end result that needed to come about ended up being for my best benefit. That's a good question, Blaze. That's a good question. You ever, there's always people who start out the relationship in one way, and then it's like doing a 150. It's doing like a 180. Like they present themselves in one way, and so you start out the relationship with them and everything's really great, and you're like, wow, this feels really nice. I'm really glad to have met a person who is it feels like a good match, you know? And then one day, they flip the switch. And they start to change how they're behaving. And thank you for that follow, dear. I appreciate that very much. This is my experience. This person started to change very subtly and very slowly how they were behaving. And me being the empathetic, understanding person that I am, I was like, okay, well, just today, that was just a bad conversation. We can get past that. It was just a bad conversation. It's just a bad day. It was just a bad day. That happens. It's okay. Everyone has those kind of situations. And then before you know it, it's a bad week. It's a bad month. It's a bad year. And then you get to the point where you're like, I want to go back to where we were. And you're trying to tell this person, remember how we were in the beginning? I want to go back to that. What happened to us where we can't go back there? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. You know? I'm sorry. I appreciate the heart and the love. I don't know what you said though. I don't know what you said though, but thank you. Yeah. It's more like, Blaze, it's more like trying to so for me it was trying to show that person that things didn't have to be in the way that they were currently playing out. It becomes a matter of putting that person's healing in front of your own healing and your own well-being is really what that is about. Is really what that's about. I don't know how another way to explain it. It's putting that, like, caring about that person, being such a heartfelt person who cares about literally everybody, even the people that don't care about themselves, and putting that person's healing as a top priority. That's really what it is. I don't know another more simple way to explain it. And for me, the line was that, honestly, I think I am still learning this lesson every day, that certain people do not have my best interest at heart. I'm still learning that from this day, because I think that might continually be a lesson for me as like a human. Because this person literally had to tell me to my face in a conversation that they did not want to have a kind, loving relationship. They had to literally tell me to my face, I don't want a kind relationship. I want to treat you like dirt, basically. That's what I want. I want you to basically be a doormat. And I had a really hard time understanding that. And I still do. Because I just don't have that in me. At all. So it's very hard for me to comprehend. Like, someone would intentionally want that. You know what I mean? It's extremely hard for me to understand. Yes, yeah. And it got to the point where there was becoming to be physical altercations because I was starting to stand up for myself verbally. And so that happened too. And that was the line as well. You know, like, you can say whatever you want to me, but I'm not gonna deal. I can't handle. You know, you're 4 times bigger than me. Like, no, I can't let you do that, so. But that was a lesson I had to learn. I really wasn't planning on divulging that, but that's what happened, so there you go, guys. Yeah, I think part of them, I think Blaze, because I started to stand up for myself, and I always had kind of been standing up for myself a little bit, I was just doing it kind of gently. I think they were kind of tired of me putting up a fight, is really what I think it was. I think they got tired of the fact that I was not easy to control. And so they kind of were tired of it, and they just wanted an easy target. You know what I mean? Because they were cheating on me at that time too, so I think they just wanted an easy target, which is why they told me. You know what I mean? I think Blaze, what we're trying to explain is like an unconditional love, not a romantic love. Like an unconditional love that's just understanding. You know what I mean? That's true, we don't have to agree either. That's the beauty of being human. We all have different experiences. Yeah, there are differences between complete unconditional love, like it's a platonic thing, like it's just love and an understanding. It doesn't have to be like romantic, you know? It doesn't have to be it's not, it is hard to explain when you're, when you only get like 5% of the situation, you know what I mean? In like a 10-minute conversation. Yeah. Thank you for that, Pretty. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's kind of like a selfless thing. But and not to say it's a healthy love, right? I would not say that it's a healthy love, and maybe that's what Blaze is struggling with a little bit. I'm not saying that that's a healthy love, but I do think that which is why boundaries become really important, right? Which is why boundaries become super important, because we can still love and understand with boundaries. We understand where you're at, but don't let that stop you. Grow bigger and stronger. Yeah. Pretty room. Yeah, I let you see all kinds of things. The amethyst crystals and candles. I'm glad you like the room. It feels nice to my heart. Yeah. It is a lot of things. It is. But it's, like I said, it's all about learning boundaries. Which I admitted, I think I still need to learn a little bit of that. Because I think that's just one of my lessons, basically. Or, I think I needed to learn, and maybe I have learned this, I needed to learn that love didn't always have to be romantic, right? Love didn't have to be romantic, or I don't always have to give love in a very involved manner, if that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Yeah, sometimes it's just support. Yes, not your fan. Yeah, exactly. Everything's about balance, right? I think Rad was just trying to point out that love is whatever we focus on it becoming, and it can be it can mean different things to different people. Is what I think Rad was trying to get across. Yeah. Blaze, you want a room pull there? I can do that for you. I can do that for you. What did I do today? I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I did some meditation. I wrote in my journal. I went back to sleep. I woke up again, and I called my mom on the phone and my grandma on the phone, and then I started streaming. That's my life. It's my life now. Plus some extra things every now and then. I understand. I'm having difficulty 100% connecting to what you're saying, but I do agree with, I think, what you are trying to get across. I think I understand, because there either is or is not, is kind of the feeling I'm getting from what you're saying. Like, I think you know what I mean. I think you know what I'm trying to get across. Thank you for following, Apollo. Welcome to the treehouse, dear. Traddy, welcome to the treehouse, love. We're all jealous of you and your extra sleep. It's not really extra sleep, though. It's broken sleep. It's 3 hours and 4 hours, so 7 hours, but it's broken. It's broken by like 3 hours, or 2 hours, sometimes only 2 hours. 3 hours. It's okay. I think I do. I have dreams. I totally have dreams. How do you meditate? What is the routine? Oh. You really want to know? My meditation is like not typical. It's not typical. You want to know what I do? I put music in one ear and I leave my right ear open. And I lay in bed because I'm mastered. Not mastered. Do you ever really master something? I have gotten better about letting myself fall asleep when I want, instead of just like falling asleep and like having no clue when I actually fell asleep. I've practiced knowing when to actually let myself fall asleep. So it's been, I don't really know how else to explain that. Like, you ever lay in bed and you really focus on yourself and your mind and how you feel. and you just lay there. And you notice your wave of like consciousness kind of like moving. Like you can feel the wave moving. I don't know how else to explain this. This is really a bizarre conversation for me to be explaining. But like when you are like far enough into your meditation, you can feel the wave. You can feel yourself coming in and out. Like you feel the energy wave in your brain. And that's when I know I'm in a really good spot. So at that point, I just start talking to myself, and I'm just like, or I'll talk to, you know, God or the universe or angels or whoever I appreciate for my life. Okay? That's what I do. I'm like, thank you so much for this life that I live. I am so grateful. And I am so happy to be a human. And then I go over, and then I'm just honest, I go over everything that I feel. I'm like, okay, today I was judging myself and thinking I was not good enough today. So I want to tell myself it's okay to be that way. And I would like help with feeling more love towards myself. That's all I do. And then I go through the list. Okay, how else was I feeling today? I was feeling hopeful. I was also feeling hopeful because sometimes I got myself out of that rut and I was ready to go for the day. And we're 3 hours and 33 minutes into the stream, by the way. For those of you who are interested, we also have 33 viewers according to my phone. So that's really all I do. I go through the checklist. And then sometimes, depending on how I feel, like if I feel like if I feel like I'm ready to go to sleep, like if I feel like I've cleared out a lot of things and I'm emotionally clear and ready to go to sleep, I usually say thank you and I will let myself go to sleep. If I feel like there's something else I need to be working on, I will stay awake longer and work on whatever that is. Sometimes it's trying to connect and have a more open dialogue. Sometimes it's just about being in that place, not really having an intention, like just being there for a little bit longer. That makes sense. Nice to meet you. Goodbye, sweetie. Thank you so much for your love. I appreciate you being here, even if conversation might have been a little difficult. I appreciate it. You do get it, Epic. Okay, perfect. Yeah. You mind if I do an intuitive reading? I mean, you totally can. We still have a little. Well, Brad, we're actually getting a little bit late. I didn't realize how late it was. We're gonna have to go soon. Maybe next time, hun. Because we only have 15 minutes, and I don't want to rush a reading for you. You know, the last time you talked about you were feeling it. I feel like it's come back. Like, I feel like a connection was very hard to make for a while there. I was still getting stuff, but it took a lot more work, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I was still getting information, but it was a lot more work. But I feel like now, whatever was going on, it's like, I feel more clear, so. I feel more clear, so it's not as hard as it was. Yeah, it's a good thing you asked. I would have given the points back to you, dear. I would have given the points back to you. It's okay. Yeah, if it wasn't 15 minutes before stream, absolutely. But I don't want to rush your reading. You envy people who have the strength to work on their hobby? Really? Aww. It takes, this is my job, by the way. This is my job, not just my hobby. It's become my job. And this has become my job. Together, this is becoming like a side piece. But, it's my job. It's my duty. I think Mercury in retrograde just makes things kind of difficult anyway. So, I don't know, but everything feels way different than it had before, and I feel progressive, so I feel like we're on the up, right? Redfish before you go off stream. Yeah, we should at least doodle out where the redfish should go. We should at least doodle it out, so we don't forget what shape it takes. Right? We don't forget what shape it takes. I think it'll be interesting. So this is a mix of orange and pink. We'll see how we like it. We'll see how we like it. Sometimes when I'm having trouble getting to that mindset, like that state of, I guess, consciousness, I'll really put my intention like in my mind or in my heart or inside of myself. And sometimes just paying attention to the fact that I'm breathing and feeling the breath go in and out of my nose is enough to like kind of bring me into myself. That's if I'm struggling though. I'm finding that I'm getting much better at it because I'm not putting a time limit on it. Like I'm not like, okay, hurry up, let's get here. I'm kind of just enjoying being there, and that has helped quite a bit. Just by itself. Alright, what shape do we want? Yeah, you can ask it on Thursday. Or Wednesday, if you, or tomorrow if you're able to. Oh, but you might not want to do that on your lunch though, right? Oh, yes. Always. Always, son. Yes. You don't get anywhere without putting in the work, right? You don't get anywhere without putting in the work. It's just not how things happen. I'm kind of just drawing the basic body shape right now. But I'm just kind of picking a shape that would be pretty and have like kind of a tapered edge. Just in case it's a good question to ask. There's really no bad question. It just can't be a question from the brain. It has to be a heart question. So if you if you can't get out of your brain, then you don't ask a question. You just let the cards say what they need to say. If you can't get out of your brain. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. I know you're 80% brain. I know. But everybody's learning, right? Everybody's learning. Hey, Alex Shockwave, dear. How are you? Thank you so much for your host. I appreciate you so very much. I'm feeling extremely full today, guys. I don't know if you can tell. I feel like maybe you can tell. I feel like you can tell. What are my plans for the rest of the night? I stay up for quite a while. To tell you the truth. I stay up for quite a while. I'll probably watch some, I'll probably try and teach myself through some videos, some things, and then I'll probably end up, meditating before bed, and then I'll probably go to sleep. That's probably exactly what I'll end up doing. Never ending about the heart question. Yes. Yes, yes. You have to be open. At least give yourself some credit. Brad, give yourself some credit. You have to at least be somewhat open to it, or you wouldn't be spending time here. You know what I mean? Because there's been a lot of people that have popped in today and have popped right out, and that's fine. You know? And that's fine. That's fine. We are, as a whole community, we are looking for the best. I mean other people who don't even say hi because they're looking for weird. I shouldn't say weird ASMR, but I do feel like if they haven't stayed, they're looking for weird ASMR. Yeah. You pop back in. It's okay. I understand the need to live your life. I'm not worried about it. I really don't worry about the viewer count, guys. I really don't. I also don't worry about how many people are in Discord, or I try not to worry about those things because it's not a direct reflection, you know. It's not a direct reflection, and everyone's got their own lives, you know. The world doesn't revolve around me. You know what I mean? At least not your guys' world. It shouldn't, anyway. It shouldn't, anyway. To be fair, this is probably weird ASMR compared to what they're actually looking for. Yeah, exactly, Epic. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They're probably like, oh, it looks nice. Oh, wait, what? What? I can agree to that. I understand that. what is classified as weird ASMR? There is some, not all, but there is some ASMR that is way over sexualized. That is the kind of ASMR that I find to be extremely weird. Just being truthful. Just being truthful. Not anybody that I follow, but yeah, that would be what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's like real, like, it's like, go to sleep and la, and I just don't, no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I know I could shake the ring bag and have it be ASMR. I could. Not your fans like, I think you're the only ASMR I can stand. I'm the only ASMR that I can stand. I don't know why. I mean, not that the other ones are bad. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't. You can be calming and soothing without impeding in my space. That's like probably the best way I can explain it. You know what I mean? Like, this is relaxing, but I'm not like, I'm open, but I'm not like invading. Not to say like people are invading like to be invasive. I don't know how to explain it. That's the best way I can explain it. I don't want you in my bubble, basically is how I feel. Oh, it's okay, Rad. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried. If you can't, if you're late, I am not concerned. You do you for what you have to accomplish, you know? When you see a girl in a cap on some art miniature, hard to say someone has looked for strange ASMR in a bad sense. Nice. Bob Ross is the height of ASMR. For a relaxing voice, that is. Yeah. Yeah, Bob Ross, when I don't feel good, and I feel like I need to take a nap or something, and I'm sick, I watch Bob Ross. I watch Bob Ross. Sometimes I get a little too focused on like what the outcome of the painting is gonna be, so I don't fall asleep because I'm kind of really anticipating it, even though I've seen that painting churn itself out like 1,500 times. So it can be kind of counterproductive if you're like really involved in the painting process. But yeah, I totally agree. The ones who mess with the mic. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it depends. I'm okay with no, I guess not really. Again, it's like it's in my bubble. It's still in my bubble. I don't like it. I don't like it. Do you guys really want me in your bubble? Do you want me invading your bubble? I don't think so. Weekends with Bob Ross, yes. Blaze is like, no, I don't want you in my bubble. Exactly. I don't know, maybe some people are okay with that. Obviously, some people are okay with that because they all watch it, right? Obviously, quite a lot of people are actually okay with that because they watch it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't get it. Maybe not your fan, maybe you and I are too sensitive. maybe it would take the right person for us. You know what I mean? Like the right person. Yeah, that's true. It's true. So we are gonna find somebody to raid. It is 10:01. So we will be ending the stream. We're gonna find somebody to raid. I'm gonna look through our list here and see who's available. I kind of I want to see who's on. I'm going through my list. Do a close up of the painting before you go. Okay, I can do that. I can do that, Miss Umbra. I can do that. I can do that. So here's our progress. I kind of put this is a weird orange blob for right now because I'm kind of trying to just put down the layers of where this fish is going to be popping out, basically. But this is our progress. I got quite far on the waves. They're kind of still really straight for me, but you know, my first acrylic painting, I'm kind of over acrylic at this point almost. I hate to say that, but I kind of am. It's kind of frustrating me. Because it's not, it doesn't lay like watercolor, so it's kind of frustrating me a little bit. But yeah, this is what we're working on currently. Yeah, good night, guys. Good night. So we're gonna find somebody to raid, but I'm trying to figure out who I want to raid. Oh, you generally only use acrylic on non-standard painting materials. I think it's because we're using a weird glow-in-the-dark paint that I've said before. I think is not intended for painting pictures. It's not intended for painting pictures. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of like fighting the medium to do something that it's not intended to do, which I think is really upsetting me. So it's a medium that isn't supposed to be doing what I'm making it do. It's not natural light. It's not natural paint colors. Oh, thank you for the follow, bud. I appreciate you very much. You found that acrylics don't like being thin. It doesn't. It doesn't. So you can't use it like watercolor at all, because watercolors love to be thin. They love to be thin, especially if you're doing the background. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. This has been a interesting adventure, to say the least. An interesting adventure. You'll be back, Epic. I hope you do come back, dear. I hope you do come back. I always struggle to find somebody to raid because I don't feel like I have trouble finding people who have the same energy. So I do struggle to do that. I do struggle to do that. Do we want to raid today? Because even all the people that I'm following, they're not doing ASMR, so it's not gonna be chill anyway. There is a person that I don't usually have a chance to rate though. This person is called Sand Experiment. They do sand pouring through art. So like their artwork is created through pouring of sand. Kind of like this isn't exactly how they do it, right? but kind of like how the monks would pour the sand into mandalas and like be really meticulous with it. Kind of similar. I don't know if they play chill music anymore or not, but they used to play really calming music. Doesn't have too many people watching right now, so I feel like she would really appreciate a raid. But she is working on art, so I'm gonna watch her commercial and then we'll hop over and see what she's doing. I'm gonna mute the thing though, because I don't want to listen to the commercial. But that's who we're gonna raid. She does sand artwork. She usually streams during the daytime. I don't think I've ever caught her this late at night. Well, night for me is probably day for her. I think she's across the world. So we will take a minute here, finish up our commercial, and then do our raid. I do appreciate all of you being here so much. It is so much fun. I appreciate how everyone can be open during conversation. That's like really important. I do appreciate that very much. And everyone is so kind and loving and supportive. And I just feel really lucky. I feel really lucky that we can have that. So we're gonna go raid this. We're gonna go raid the sand experiment. She does artwork through sand, and show your hearts, and your love when you get over there. But we're gonna raid. So it's the sand experiment. Sand experiment. Here we go. Perfect. So I'll catch you guys all next time. Have a wonderful evening, sweet dreams, or good morning, and we'll catch you tomorrow when I'm streaming during the day. Okay? I love you. Bye-bye. Enjoy the raid. Enjoy the raid. Send all the love. Bye, guys. Bye, guys. I'm gonna watch for a second.